Welcome to the Grease Chain Podcast with your host, Josh.
And Jenny, an enthusiast hangout.
All right, guys, how's it going? Today is Tuesday, August 13th, 2024. We are, second full week into August, I believe.
Yes,
Um, all right, guys, if you are listening and Kings Island is your home park, uh, we got 2 days left of daily operation, and we have 8 o'clock closes now, and it sucks. It
that's
sucks.
crazy that the summer went by that fast.
I know, and what kills me is that Cedar Point is still on their regular hours, which I know they have a lot of people from overseas that work, but at like the same time though, it's like don't they have to get back to school too? So like I don't know. But yeah, so Kings Island closing during the week at 8, and then after this week it's just Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
That's honestly
Um,
really sad.
I know it's like when I was a kid, it's like when Kings Island would end their daily operation, it's like, hey, summer's over with. Let's scoot on the fall.
I am kind of excited for the fall season though because I really enjoy the haunt events at each park and just the fall weather in general because I like when it's not as hot. I mean, I do like the summer, but I like the cool fall weather too. So, kind of
Oh
excited
yeah,
for that.
I'm 100%, and that's what's good about where we live in Ohio is we do literally get all 4 seasons. And I have noticed the last couple of years, at least down here in Cincinnati, like our winters have not been that bad. It's like we'll get one good snow and that's it. Like
Yeah.
that's what we're looking at. And I remember, let's see, couple of years ago, I believe, when my son was born, like we hardly got any snow. I think that was 2020 or 2021. I forget which winter it was, but one of those two, we hardly got any snow. But I do like a good snow for Winterfest because walking to Kings Island and seeing the whole park just decked out in snow, like real snow, is definitely something to see because prior to Winterfest, you were not able to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with you, and I mean, it kind of goes along with I like going to winter chill out at Cedar Point and kind of seeing the same thing if it does snow for that
Yeah,
event.
yeah,
I think it's kind of cool.
yeah, it is. But yeah, so that's what's going on with our local parks this week. So every year, Disney, everyone's favorite park, the most magical place on earth,
Yes, or the happiest place on earth.
or the happiest place on earth. They do their big show expo, like what's going on, future, um, plans for parks, movies, shows, parades, just whatever it may be. And that happened what the other day? Was it 2 days ago?
Yeah, that was Saturday night, I believe.
Saturday night.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah. Yeah. So Jenny, if you want to take over and talk about that a little bit, and I will just sit back and listen.
Okay. Well, this really excited me because there were a lot of announcements that some of them I didn't even expect. And I was sitting on the couch watching it Saturday night with one of my friends, and we were just really hyped after we saw everything. So, the first thing that I wanted to mention that they announced was Animal Kingdom. So, they are going to be adding, like, a new land area, so you know where, Dino Land is right now, Josh?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, they are going to be, like, transforming that into, like, some sort of village that you can, like, walk through, and they're gonna retheme Dinosaur into Indiana Jones, which I am super pumped for because I love the Indiana Jones ride at Disneyland, in California, so I think that's gonna be really
Yeah,
cool.
and those movies are just amazing.
Yeah, I think you would enjoy the ride too, like, if you go out to California, but, I mean, we're gonna get it at Animal Kingdom now, so
Cool.
which I don't know, did they mention if it's gonna be the same, or did they say if they were gonna change anything?
I really don't know, to be honest with you. Guess we'll have to wait and find out.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited. Like, that ride is really good. And then the other thing that they're adding into that area is gonna be an Encanto ride. And I think if I remember what they said, I wanna say it was supposed to be another boat ride, I
Okay.
think. So that should be interesting. I know you have kids, so you've probably seen the movie Encanto a number of times, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Yeah.
But let me pause you there real quick. Do you say Encanto or Encanto? Because we say Encanto.
Okay, maybe I'm saying it wrong, I don't know.
Yeah, I've always heard it pronounced Encanto.
Okay. Whatever it is, I mean, I'll call it Encanto if that's what you think it is.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. I just figured because everyone pronounces stuff different, so I
Yeah.
just
No, you're good. Maybe
don't
I'm just
mind
pronouncing it
me.
wrong. No, you're fine. But I'm excited for that because I really like that movie, and I think that that's gonna be a cool ride and good addition to Animal Kingdom. I think,
Yeah, and
honestly, like
Disney's very big on like family oriented stuff. So.
yes. And I really think Animal Kingdom needs this. I don't know what your opinion is on the park, but it's my least favorite out of the 4 parks down in Florida.
Well, the one time I did visit Animal Kingdom, it's just I mean the coasters they have there are good. But it's just like my local zoo. It's like I don't have a zoo pass,
Yeah.
so like it's like a once every 5 in a year place to visit, in my opinion.
I mean, I can kinda see that, but usually I would say maybe every couple visits I'll go, but again, I mean,
Yeah,
you
but
don't
I'll
go
be
down
going
like I
on
do.
I don't, but I'll be going on my third visit here soon, and I've only been once. So
Okay. I mean,
what's that tell you?
yeah. Well, they have Avatar, which is really cool, and then they have
Yeah, and actually, when I went, I didn't get to do that because it was so crowded in it. And when we went, it was literally right after COVID, and they lifted mask bans. Like people were still kind of
oh, okay.
weird about that
Yeah,
stuff. So
yeah,
like we didn't like the parks were crowded because people were just wanted to get out and be normal again.
yeah.
Um,
You went at a bad time then.
I went. My first visit was Father's Day of 2021.
Okay,
And then we went back last year, so I skipped a year. We went back and so we went 21, 23, and I'll be there in a couple weeks, and then we'll be back next August.
okay.
So definitely getting our visits in,
Yeah,
but it's again like you said, I don't get together every weekend.
yeah.
But like
I mean, I agree with you, though. I think Animal Kingdom does lack the amount of stuff that most of the other
it's a
parks have.
gigantic zoo with you know rides. That's like I don't know the movie Jurassic World. I mean, like you're in a theme park or an amusement park, whatever you want to call it, and you know animals are the main attraction, right? But then you have a ride here and a ride there, But like I
Right.
don't know, I'm not too fond on like almost I'm not saying almost everyone, but a lot of my friends and even family have zoo passes, and then it's just like they go to a zoo every weekend. And it's like, oh hey, look, there's a line again. It's just that's kind of the Animal Kingdom vibe that I get because like animals are cool. Don't get me wrong, but like just for me personally, that they're not for me.
That's totally fine. I mean, everyone has their viewpoint on it. I mean, I do enjoy going and doing the safari at Animal
Yes,
Kingdom.
that was fun.
I think that's cool, and I mean, that's kinda unique other than Six Flags Great Adventure, that'd be the other place where you could do something like that at a
Okay.
park. Uh, but I think that this will be a good addition because Dino Land was really not a great themed area in my opinion. It didn't really
Yeah, I
attract that
remember we
much.
walked by it, and I'm like, "Is that supposed to be here?"
Yeah. Well, it kind of and one of my friends said it best. He said it kinda looks like just a random, like, Six Flags park.
Yeah, like which I know is theming, but like the ground was
Yeah.
all cracked up, the stuff was just faded.
Yeah.
It didn't fit Disney to me.
Right. No,
Like,
I agree with you completely. So I'm excited to see what they do with this and just kind of see the changes, which I don't
Yeah,
know when it'll
definitely.
be done because we know Disney took 6 years to build Tron, and
Yeah, we're probably looking at say 2047.
yeah, like if we're even alive once they build all this stuff.
Back in my day.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so that's Animal Kingdom. The next park, I wanna talk about is Hollywood Studios. So
One of my favorites.
okay. So, as you already know, I mean, they've got some pretty good, just, like, big attractions there. I mean, they've got Star Wars, they've got Toy Story, they've got Tower of Terror, they've got Rock and Roller Coaster, Mickey and Minnie's. I mean, they've got a lot of stuff there. But
Yeah, which I think is why it's one of my favorite parks. I
okay.
do like it for animal.
But they announced the other day that they will be putting in a Monsters Inc. themed area.
Okay.
So I am actually really excited to see what this is gonna look like once it's done. I mean, I saw like pictures that they had, and I also saw the roller coaster that they're gonna have too. If you want to talk about the roller coaster, because I know that was something you were excited about.
Yeah, I forget. They did not mention the company that's making it, right?
I don't think they did.
Yeah, so I do remember reading it is going to be Disney's, and quote me if I'm wrong, but does any Disney World or Land, whatever park, have a suspended coaster?
No, I don't think so. I think this is gonna
Yeah.
be the first one. If I remember correctly, they said this will be the first one.
Okay, so yeah, it is going to be Disney's as a company first suspended coaster, and it actually kind of looks like if you zoom in on the picture, which I don't know if you have it up because I definitely don't. Uh,
I don't have it up right now.
if you zoom in, you've ridden Soul Spin at KI, right?
Yeah.
So it almost looks like those seats, but you're just on a suspended coaster. That's almost what it looks like. It looks like it's going to be a single uh, rider, and then you're just going to swing back and forth. I mean, and I could be wrong. I only saw it once or twice, so I forget if it's double seated. But I'm very excited. But my question is why Hollywood Studios? Because in Magic Kingdom, don't they have a Monsters Inc. ride already?
They have
Or
a
is that a show?
it's more of a show, experience, whatever you wanna call it. I
Okay,
guess a
okay.
show. It's that Monsters Inc. laugh floor thing, and it's over
That's right. Yeah, and
in
that's over in Toronto.
Tomorrowland. Yeah. But I think that the reason they're doing this at Hollywood Studios is because it kind of fits more of, like, that vibe as opposed to just putting it in Magic Kingdom. I kinda feel like
Oh, yes.
there's really not a spot to put it in Magic Kingdom either, but I also don't know where they're gonna put it at Hollywood Studios, so who knows?
Yeah. And Disney being Disney, it's not like Cedar Fair where you can. Well, sorry, the former Cedar Fair.
Six Flags.
Stuff gets Six Flags where stuff just gets leaked. Like they're pretty secretive about stuff.
Yeah, we had no idea this was coming, and the friend I was watching with the other night, he was really pumped about this because he really likes Monsters Inc., and we both thought the roller coaster looked really cool. It's a cool idea. So, definitely excited for that. Which brings us to the next park, Magic Kingdom. And I don't know, I can't remember. Is this your favorite other than Hollywood Studios? Like, is this your
Yeah.
second
So
favorite?
well, okay. So for me, it goes Magic, Hollywood,
Okay.
Epcot, then Animal.
Okay, so Magic is your favorite. Okay.
Yeah. Actually,
Magic
I would probably put Disney Springs over Animal Kingdom.
oh my gosh. Well, anyway, Magic Kingdom is also my favorite park, and
Yeah.
which is why the next couple announcements were very exciting. So, the one announcement, the first thing that they talked about was the fact that they're gonna put in, incorporate, like, a Cars area as part of Frontierland. So, for those of you who don't know, the only Cars stuff that they have, I believe, at Walt Disney World is the show over in Hollywood Studios, back kinda near Rock and Roller Coaster. Did you get to do that with your family when you were there?
Rock and Roller Coaster.
No, the Cars show. It was with Lightning McQueen.
Oh yeah,
Did you
yeah.
guys do that?
Where he's in the middle and he comes out and
Yeah.
he's a
Yep.
big yeah, he's a big animatronic.
Yeah. And I mean, I
Yep.
thought that was kinda cute, but I've been to Disneyland Resort in California, and I've been to
Wait,
Cars
you've been to
Land.
Disneyland?
Oh my gosh. And I've been to Cars Land there, and it's just incredible at Disney California Adventure.
And
So
Cars,
yeah.
I feel like, is all ages. It's not
Right.
just for young kids because, like, it's you know just what it the audience that it projects to
Yes.
is what I'm trying to say.
No, I definitely agree with you, and I think that this is a great idea for Magic Kingdom to bring that, and it's gonna be different, so it won't be the same as what they have out in California, which is exciting for
Yeah,
me. But they did show what looked kinda similar to Radiator Springs Racers, um, which obviously that's out in California. So I'm
okay.
excited to
So
see what that will look like once it's done, and then there's gonna be another ride that I think they said is gonna be, another, like, family-oriented ride. So that's gonna be really cool.
where are they gonna put this at?
So that I actually just saw was announced. I don't know if it was today or yesterday, or maybe that's just when people were talking about it, but I was kinda shocked. A little bit, I guess. They're actually going to be taking out, well, replacing, Tom Sawyer Island and
No.
the Rivers of America area. So that's kinda interesting to me because I feel like that's something that has been there for a while, and I think it's something that, like, families enjoy doing. So
Yeah, and all those Disney streamers I watch, they're like, it's a quiet, shaded
yeah,
place that you can just kind of go and cool off and relax and get away from craziness for a
right.
while.
So I'm kinda surprised that they're doing that, but at the same time, where else are you gonna put the Cars area if you don't take that out?
But they got so much land down there. I'm sure they could find something.
Probably, but I mean, I guess this is what they're doing, and I was just like, "Okay, I guess that's where it's going." Um,
Right.
but I'm excited for that. I think you'll probably enjoy taking your family there once that's open. I'm sure your son would probably love the Cars area.
Yeah, and I've never done Tom Sawyer's Island, so when I go in a few
You
weeks,
gotta do it so you can say
I,
you did before they get rid of it.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So the other thing that they announced at Magic Kingdom, which you and I were just talking about earlier, before we got on here, is there's gonna be a villains section now. So based on the picture, I mean, you said you thought that there was gonna be a roller coaster.
Yes. So scrolling through X, that's if you want to know what's going on in the world, you get on X. And on Fye Coasters, I follow a lot of Disney theme park, like Universal, Cedar Fair, Six
Yeah.
Flags, all that stuff on there. So as soon as I got on, I forget who kind of zoomed in on it, but in the background in the villain section on the back left, you can kind of see. I don't know if you're looking at it or if you've seen it, but it looks like to be coaster track in the background, and everyone's like, "Oh my goodness, they're gonna be putting in a new coaster," and like I mean, they obviously are. I mean, they're not gonna say nothing yet
Right.
because it's Disney,
Yeah.
but and we just got Tron and all this stuff. And actually, it's I don't know. Like I'm very excited. I'm curious who the manufacturer's going to be, where it's going to be at. Well, it's obviously going to be in the new section, but where is the new section going to be?
Right, that's what I was wondering too, because we just established that Cars is going where Tom Sawyer Island is.
Okay, maybe I'm thinking Hollywood Studios. Yeah, I'm thinking Hollywood Studios of the section where I thought it could go. The section where like where Frozone is.
Um, the
where
show?
the character meet for Frozone, and where what's her face's what's her face does the for Incredibles.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking
Over
about.
Hollywood Studios, how it kind of dead ends back there.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking where it might go,
Well,
but I have no
since
idea.
it's not going to Hollywood Studios, I don't know then. I've
Yeah,
I don't know, but it looks really awesome.
yeah,
I think that
and
was
like,
probably the most exciting thing out of all the announcements. I mean, my boyfriend texted me in the middle of the night about it, and I was like, I woke up and saw his text, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I didn't stay up to see the whole thing because it was kind of late. And he's like, "Oh my gosh, they're doing villains! I'm so excited!" And yeah, I'm really pumped for that. And I could see the castle in the background of that picture too, and that looks awesome. So the next thing I'll talk about for just a sec, I know you haven't been to Disneyland in California yet,
not yet.
but
Maybe in ten
I'm
years.
sure Kylie will want to go. So you guys will go at some point. Um,
Yeah.
they announced, so you know how they opened the Avengers campus not too long ago.
Yes.
So they actually announced they're gonna do an expansion of that, which will be cool. Because I feel like it's too small anyway right now. Like when I've been there, it's I mean walking through like they have the Spider-Man ride and then there's really not that much there. So it'll be
Why is there no Avengers stuff in Disney World?
because Universal is right nearby and I think that's
But
why.
that's so weird because Marvel,
I know.
or Disney owns Marvel, which owns Spider Man. So how does um
Well they
you know
have Guardians,
yeah, but
but
it's not Spider. Spider
yeah,
Man is like my
they can't
favorite.
do
Like
Spider-Man because I think Universal had some deal with them where they weren't allowed.
that's crazy if you ask me.
I
Which I
know,
know you're not.
because they
Which you're not asking me, but
But yeah, they're gonna do an expansion of Avengers Campus, which I think will be good for the park. Um,
okay.
and then they also announced that they're gonna be putting in an Avatar land like they have at Animal Kingdom, but it'll be different, and they're gonna have they said a boat ride. I'm not sure if they announced anything else, but I think that'll be pretty cool to just kind of walk through and I mean, I like walking through the one at Animal Kingdom and riding the rides if they don't have too long of a wait. So, yeah, so I think that'll be cool. And then the last thing that I thought was worth mentioning was at Disneyland Paris, they actually showed a picture of this, which it looked like a log ride or something. But they're going to be putting in a Lion King attraction. So I think that'll be cool because I don't really know if I don't think there's any like Lion King attraction anywhere right now.
There's the show.
Other than the show, I don't think there is
Yeah.
anything. And maybe if it does well, they'll put something in at Animal Kingdom. You never know.
Because Disney doesn't. I mean, they do have a few. They don't really do a lot of duplicates. I've noticed.
That's true. I mean, they had Splash Mountain, and then, I mean, the two in the US, like, those are, those were different, I guess, still. And then I don't know when the one at Disneyland is reopening as Tiana's Bayou, but the one here in Florida opened. I'm trying to think. I mean, they have Space Mountains and they're different too. So yeah, you're right. I mean, they kind of do it differently.
Yeah.
And the Big Thunders are different. Haunted Mansion. So yeah, you're right. So it would be interesting. I mean, I was just at Disneyland Paris this year, so I'm kind of bummed that this wasn't open yet. Well, they hadn't even announced it yet, so I don't even know when it's going to open. So I'll have to make another trip back there. But yeah, so those
Yeah.
are the things that I thought were most significant from D23. Was there anything that you saw that I didn't talk about?
I mean, okay, like I'm a fan of like Disney. Don't get
Yes.
me wrong,
Yeah,
but when it comes down to it, I'm a big roller coaster person. So
that's true.
to see how Disney has done coasters, I'm looking forward like probably the most for the coasters that they're releasing or they haven't released yet or just whatever because like when I first went to my first trip to Disney World ever, just the theming they do and actually the time and like the attention to detail is just as amazing as the ride experience.
Yeah.
And it's not just on coasters, like any ride there, the detail down to the dirt and pebbles on the ground to just whatever might be off in the background. Like it looks very realistic, and you can tell they don't waste no time or no money on that. Because we know Disney's definitely not hurting for money.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
But yeah, so that's what I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, me too. Um, we'll see how long it takes for them to do all of this, but
Yeah.
hopefully they give us
Oh,
an idea.
and to add something from Magic Kingdom, they're releasing a new nighttime parade for next year.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I did see that too.
Yeah, because my wife mentioned that. She's like, "Well, we'll see it next year." I'm like, "Yeah, we will."
That's exciting. Yeah, that
Yeah,
should be good too. I really like the Main Street Electrical Parade that they had at Disneyland Resort. I thought that was fun.
kind of reminds me of the water parade. I don't know if you've seen it.
I actually haven't.
Yeah, so when we stayed at the campground last year, they do what's the name of it?
Oh,
I'll,
wait,
I'll
are you talking about the one that's never mind, I know what you're talking about. It's you
yeah,
can see it from the monorail.
but they go to all the resorts that are on. It's called Bay Lake, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they go to all the resorts that are on Bay Lake, and they do that. What's it called? It's something of light parade. But we went down to the beach and the campground and watched it, and
Oh, that's
it was
cool.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I just can't remember what it's called for whatever reason.
Yeah, and I'm too lazy to look it up right now. So.
Well, do you have any upcoming trips this weekend or anything
This
coming
weekend,
up?
no. Kids are back in school. Kings Island done with daily operations, so it's just like even though we still have like a month and a half of summer left, it's like the summer is winding down. So,
Yeah, definitely is.
but no, I think we plan on going. We're supposed to go Friday to Kings Island, but I think there's a chance of rain now, so I could be wrong. But um, yeah, just our typical Kings Island. And then in a couple weeks, we got Labor Day weekend. We're going to Cedar Point, or we're
Okay.
supposed to. Like, we're still throwing it up in the air because it's like, that's the last big thing of summer.
Yeah.
But then if we go to someplace too crowded, it's crowded. Freaking five. So I don't think Owen was born yet. So I think it was 2019. We went to Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge Labor Day weekend. And oh my God, never again will I go down there on the holiday weekend. Unless I'm like, I'll be down on the weekend that I'm leaving like 2 days later. But what normally takes me like 5 hours to get home, it took me 8 hours.
Oh my
eight
gosh.
hours.
That's
One of
frustrating.
it was because of traffic. The second part of it was because of a very, very bad wreck. So we barely got
Oh.
out of Pigeon Forge. We got on the highway, and I don't even think we drove an hour. And we were in standstill traffic.
Oh, no, thank you.
Traffic. So there's an extra hour right there. So at this time, it's in the deadbeat of summer heat. It's
Oh,
hot.
yeah.
We're all tired. We're just ready to get home. So I see these flow of cars starting to, get off the highway. Thankfully, I was by an exit. Like I can still picture it. It was crazy. Um, but so I started following these guys, and then like at that time, I don't think maybe I did have AT&T. I don't know, but we were literally I had my maps up and like I had no service. So here I am
Are you
following hundreds
serious?
I swear, I'm not making this up. Here I am following hundreds of cars, and we are literally driving on dirt roads through the mountains,
Oh my
through the
gosh.
mountains, like to bypass this wreck. And you've been down there, right?
Yeah. I know
Like,
exactly what you're talking about because this kind of happened to me and my brother one
yeah,
time.
it
We
was
had to do the same
crazy. So
thing.
yeah, so there's hundreds of cars driving on these mountain roads. Thankfully, I was in my Fusion at the time. Well, yeah, I think we were in that, and it was all wheel drive. And thankfully, because there were some where cars were getting stuck in these mud holes, and
Oh my
like
gosh.
it, it was definitely an experience. But after driving through the mountains for like an hour, doing 10 miles per hour, we finally got back on the highway, and just the holiday traffic, like never again. But if I can find something local to do, I think that's what we'll do. But we still got a couple weeks. Oh, really quick, this Friday is National Roller Coaster Day.
It is. So you do have to
It
go to
is.
Kings Island and go ride a roller coaster.
I do, but I'm gonna have my son, so maybe me and him will go.
Yeah, there you go. You guys could go ride the kiddie coaster.
Yes.
I'm actually gonna I'm actually gonna be in California this weekend, and I'm planning we'll probably ride so we're going to Disneyland Friday and Saturday, and
Okay.
we'll probably do maybe Matterhorn bobsleds on Friday for National Roller Coaster Day. I think Space Mountain is still down, so unfortunately we're not gonna get to ride that, but yeah. So, it'll be a fun weekend. It's my boyfriend's first time going to California and going to Disneyland, so yeah, be fun.
Yeah, it will. Well, nice. It sounds like a great way to end the week, and it's only Tuesday. Usually we record on Wednesdays, but here it is Tuesday. So, but yeah, I got nothing else. I really enjoyed tonight's episode.
Yeah, me
Uh,
too. Thank you guys for listening.
yeah, thank you. And if you guys have any questions, as always, let us know. I know I've just been posting this on YouTube, but again, that's just the easiest way to you know get everything out there. So
Cool.
I will, yeah, hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and have a great National Roller Coaster Day. And if you're going to a park, let us know. Let us know where you're going, or if you didn't know National Roller Coaster Day was a thing. Oh no,
Imagine.
like I didn't know it was a thing until probably, well, obviously it's been more than 5 years. But when I first found, I'm like, wait, that's a thing. But yeah, I don't have nothing else.
Me neither. Just thank you
Uh,
guys for listening and hope you guys have fun on National Roller Coaster Day.
yep. All right. You all have a good night. Bye.
Bye.